Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Here I would like to share my literary journey from books to self-discovery. My name is Yurike Rahmawati and enjoy. Hello, my name is Yurika and today I'd like to invite you to walk with me through a personal journey. A journey that begins with books but leads to something far more meaningful in understanding myself. First thing, what new understanding have you gained after learning about the concept of reflexivity? Recently, I've been learning about the concept of reflexivity, and what I've come to realize is this: life isn't just about experience, it's about meaning we make from those experiences. Reflexivity taught me to pause and ask, what is this experience teaching me about myself? Through that lens, I look back, and one thing stood out, something that shaped who I am in quiet but powerful ways, which is literacy. After creating your literacy narrative, are you truly convinced that literacy has significant and beneficial impact on your life? Well, for me, literacy is not just reading or writing, it's a life experience. I remember my high school days how I could lose hours just reading books, not because I had to, but because I was completely absorbed. I was transported. Every story pulled me until I forgot the time, forgot the world around me. And without realizing it, those books were shaping the way I saw the world, and I understood myself. How can your experience with literacy help students develop a culture of literacy? Later, I taught myself English accents by watching Harry Potter movie. I would play a scene over and over again, pause it, write down the line, and repeat them a lot, mimicking every sound. It wasn't just vocabulary I was learning. I was learning rhythm, expressions, and culture, and also perseverance. I didn't know it then, but I was teaching myself to keep going, to be curious, to explore language, not just learn it. That's what literacy does. It sneaks into our lives and leaves behind something beautiful: growth, confidence, and awareness. And now I find myself preparing for a new role. I am a future teacher. And I ask myself, what can I do to help students see literacy the way I see it? As something meaningful, exciting, and personal? And how can your experience with literacy help students develop a culture of literacy? Well, to answer this, I have a simple dream. A dream to create spaces where literacy lives and breathes. Not just a quiet library or classroom full of pressure, but maybe a cozy corner in school or even a weekly meetup in a cafe, where students can share stories, talk about the books they've read, or even discuss movie together. I want to build a small community where students don't just read, but feel what they read, where they don't just watch a film, but think deeply about it and learn to express themselves with confidence. Because I truly believe literacy is not a privilege, it's a right. And it's our job as educators to open the door, to invite, not to force, to nurture, not to dictate. I want to become the kind of teacher who helps students see that the reading is not a course, it's a journey. That writing is not about being perfect, it's about being real. And that speaking up is not about always being right, but about being heard. This is my dream, and my ambitions may be these small steps could spark a bigger change in how we live, teach, and cherish literacy. Thank you for listening to my story, and I hope it's not just my story but our story, the story of people who believe that literacy is not only a skill but a path to understanding the world and discovering ourselves. And last but not least, for me, literacy is not just about reading books, but about reading the world. And here are some examples that I did back then at the senior high school, which is I wrote the dialogue of Hermione Granger from Harry Potter, which is like, I'm Hermione Granger, and you are, which is it's a really British. From this, I learned how the British pronunciation of the words. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.